What's up, guys? Welcome to another show, Jammin with J Money, man. We back. It's another day. It's Friday. You know what I'm saying? Even after the loss yesterday, man, it's still back here. You know what I'm saying? Still breathing. Still got cheddar. You know what I'm saying? It's all good, man. It's all good. But y'all make sure y'all get to the poker tournament. You know what I'm saying? Y'all try to get some money. Knock one of the guys you guys watch on video, man. Try to knock him out the poker tournament. Y'all mind rolling the video for me?
What's going on, guys? Lee Martin here to present to you UWager's third annual $1,000 Bounty Free Roll Poker Showdown with SBR. The poker tournament will be held on March 10th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time and will be broadcasted live over here at SBR headquarters. If you do not want to play in the tournament, but want to just sit back and watch the event from the comfort of your own home, then you can watch all the hot action on SBR's YouTube channel at SBR Sports. If you do want to participate in the tournament and want a chance to win some extra cash for March Madness, then simply sign up for the tournament via sbrvideo.com/poker. You must have an active UWager account in order to participate in the tournament. So, if you do not have a UWager account, do not worry. Signing up is very simple and we have everything you need in order to sign up. Just head over to sbrvideo.com/poker. Click join now. Fill out the information boxes, then wait until March 10th to register into the event. Registration for the tournament will begin at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 hours before the event commences. Registration is free, with a $1,000 prize that is up for grabs, and that is not the only prize to offer. There will be a $100 bounty on the heads of each of our 6 key personalities. The SBR personalities participating in the tournament are yours truly, everyone's favorite man Flash, Donnie Rightside, and Sports Keg CEO Jason Paglia. There will also be 2 members of the UWager family joining us in-house at SBR headquarters. So take your chances by joining us March 10th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time and try to knock us all out to win $1,000 or more. Again, if you want to participate in the UWager $1,000 Bounty Free Roll Poker Tournament with SBR, then head over to sbrvideo.com/poker and join now. Registration to the tournament is free, so why not join in on all the action and play for a chance to win $1,000 or more? Be sure to stay tuned to SBR's Twitter page at SBR Sports Picks for all updates regarding the event. Also, be sure to subscribe to SBR's YouTube channel at SBR Sports to receive all content updates. It's going to be a very fun and intense night on March 10th. So I hope to see you guys then.
Hope to see you guys then, man. Hope to see y'all then, man. Y'all go and check out the poker tournament. Y'all hit the link below as well, man, to go check out the articles and stuff. I only have one official play today, and it's the article play today, man. So you know what I'm saying. Y'all could have got that. You could have got it in the morning, but I always do a little article play. Jordan Jr. always do one as well, man. What's up, Jordan? Everything cool with you?
Yeah, I got mine up as well, and it's been steaming in my direction too. So go in and check out mine as well today on the website. But yeah, doing pretty good. Sorry I missed you guys yesterday. Continue to have pretty good nights though. Wednesday hit those overs in Miami and Orlando, and then last night I had the over in the first quarter of Charlotte and Denver, and hit the first quarter on the Hornets in that one too. So got a little cocky and took a few heat checks last night too. So not complete bang up of a day, but still pretty good. How about you, Junior? How'd you end up yesterday?
I only made one official play on the show yesterday, so I'll only talk about that. The over in the Rockets. Listen, the Clippers, they are who we thought they were, J Money, as a famous coach once said. And they showed you that they can clamp you down on defense. I'll tell you what's something I don't like about the Rockets, and it's more to do specifically with Mike D'Antoni. I'm old enough to have watched Mike D'Antoni since the Phoenix Suns with Steve Nash and them boys, and I'm sure you guys remember that team too. He never has a plan B as a coach. Like when his plan A is not working, Montrezl Harrell's out there eating. The Clippers are still playing bigs. You're just not gonna play any bigs, bro. You're just gonna keep doing the same thing while you're getting embarrassed on national TV. I don't understand him as a coach at all, to be honest with you. What about you, Jay? How was your day yesterday?
Yeah, I'm still pissed, man. I don't know, man. I mean, the Nuggets obviously took them in the first quarter. I know they're a bad first quarter team, but still, the way that they supposed to come out, and realize when they weren't up by 10 in the first quarter, I knew that I was probably in trouble. Then they actually got their head out their asses in the second quarter. They was outscored 29-17. Obviously up by 9 at the half. I'm thinking they finna go out there and stump them. They got up by 13 in the third quarter, and then they just let like these teams always do. They come back and screw me. Let them go on a 9-10 run and take the lead, and then that's exactly what happened. And from there, obviously, it was just a close game every since. Like I say, Cash the first half, end up losing the full game. Man, I was on it. I was on it for a nice little bit as well, man. That was pretty tough, but we'll get it back, man. Still playing with the house money, to be honest. But that's the thing you can't forget, especially when you've been winning. You playing with house money, but it still pisses me the hell out. It still runs me hot because I had the money, but it's all good, man. Still got plenty, and I got a new car yesterday too, man. I got a new wheel. I got two of them things sitting out there right now, man. But anyway. Clippers, man, they end up getting it done. Clippers end up getting it done versus the Rockets, man, and that was the only thing, Junior. I was telling you guys it could be like and not to say I told you so because I didn't take the under, and I don't like motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Well, I told you so, but it didn't surprise me that it went under, and we saw it. Beverly, Paul George, and Kawhi, they were defensively outstanding. You know what I'm saying? And it's just that didn't surprise me. When the Rockets aren't hitting their threes, they get punched in the mouth. When they're not hitting their threes, you see games like yesterday. That's the only thing with the Rockets. But when they're hitting their threes, they can beat anybody. They could have came and beat the Clippers yesterday. They were absolutely terrible from 3-point land. Like I said, if they would have got even 5 more of them to go, they would have been a whole different game. They still only lost by 15. I don't have the actual stats, but still. Clippers smacked them up. That was pretty easy. Game went under. The Raptors, we cast the first half, and they'll win the full game. Might say they'll win pushed. That was pretty crazy. But still, I'd rather that push than a loss because, Curry kind of got hot there in the second half, hit some threes. It's all good, man. The 76, I kind of feel like I missed money. And the Kings were getting steamed yesterday. I'm staying away from this game. I was like, man, and I know that they missing a lot of scoring. I said to myself, man, the 76ers got to be competitive in this game. You lose to these bigger teams. You can't come here and lose to the Kings. They go out there and smack by 17. I didn't take it. I didn't even lean that way. But in my head, I was like, man, I think the 76ers might be the play. I stayed off of it, though, man. Let's get to today. It was tough, man. Yesterday I was hot, man. Let's just put it that way. You know what I'm saying? My girl probably made me. I didn't say nothing to nobody, man. Like I said, I got a new whip. I'm like, man, shit, I see something I like. I'm finna, you know what I'm saying, try to get some money back off that. Nah, bro, I did it, man. But it's all good. We're gonna smack them. We're gonna get it back. This year is going better than last, man. So what's up, Jordan? You got to look on this first game, Atlanta Hawks versus Wizards. Trae Young questionable with an illness.
I did before Trae Young got ruled questionable. I feel like I'm having deja vu from like a few weeks ago when we did this, and I was telling you earlier before we came on. I tried to hit up some John Collins props when I heard that news, but they took him down too quick on me. So I'm kind of left with just kind of holding my hands in the air with this game right now, with waiting on this Trae Young news. Because I could see you if you really like the Wizards and you jumped on them early once you heard that news. I think obviously you have some value there, but at this point, the whole unknown of Trae, because last time this happened, he ended up playing. He got ruled questionable in the morning with an illness. He ended up playing. So I'm really struggling with what to do with this game. I'm kind of see what you guys have to say. But if he plays, it's definitely going to be a ton of points. 245 seems high, but at this point may not be high enough if he ends up playing. But then again, you run back to what if he doesn't this time? So I'm kind of stuck at that point at this game right now.
What you got? Junior? What you thinking in this spot? You think the Wizards come back to the house and smack them up? The home team is they face off twice already this year. The home team is 2-0 ATS. What you got, Junior? What if Trae Young does play?
What would be my lean if Trae Young does play? That total is absolutely ridiculous. I'm pretty much off totals, J Money style at this point because they've just not been hitting for me. And it's not like my logic is bad going into these games. It's just that, Houston's going to score 105 points at home. What am I supposed to do about that? You know what I'm saying? But as for this game, 245 just makes that number one of those numbers where I'm not sure what to do with it. It's just a hell of a lot of points. As Jordan always points out on the show, basically everything has to go right for you to hit that type of number. And without Trae Young, there's no way that I could touch that. As for the spread, it would be Washington or nothing. You're not. That's not enough points. Excuse me. to take with the Hawks on the road. You're going to need more points than that, especially if Trae Young's not playing. And if he's not, there actually might be some value in that 3.5 with the Wizards, which will probably be disappearing if Trae Young gets officially ruled out.
Exactly, and honestly, I'm wondering. I thought it would have moved more than this. To be honest with you, man, I thought that we'd be seeing something more crazy. So let me see. Bookmaker is hanging 2 right now, and this is full game spread. So I don't know. Maybe they know something everybody else don't know. And I'm looking at. I mean, maybe they're slow. They could be slow to it. I don't know. I'm not forcing. I know without knowing the stats of Trae Young, I'm not forced to play on this game right now. You guys can, but I won't be doing it. Nets versus Spurs, man. Nets versus Spurs, the next game. This one opened up at 2.5. Now it's at 3.5 for the Nets. Obviously, they're coming off them. They're losing by 40 at the house to the Grizzlies. The game was kind of close there for the first quarter for sure. I mean, then the second half, them boys just let go of the ropes. Obviously, it was a second half. It was a second half of back-to-back overtime win over the Celtics. Garrett Temple is doubtful here. We know for the Spurs, Bellinelli's out, Pirtle's out. LaMarcus Aldridge still out with a shoulder injury. I don't know. The Spurs or something else. They can't close out games, man. Even if they was winning, they probably piss it away. The Nets, their offense can, you know what I'm saying, sputter sometimes. Obviously, LeVert can go off once again. It's a bounce back spot at the house for the Nets. That's the only way I would lean here, but I probably won't have nothing on the junior. What you think?
Yeah, I think it's a bounce back spot, definitely for the Nets, who obviously played much better at the house. It's also a bounce back spot for Spencer Dinwiddie, who went 1 for 9 in their last game. Didn't really play well at the end of that Boston game either. It was mostly, LeVert carrying the team. Dinwiddie had 2 subpar games in a row. The last time he played the Spurs, he went off for 40. LeVert did not play in that game, and I feel like a lot of the things that allowed Spencer Dinwiddie to drop 40 on the Spurs, LeVert's going to be able to take advantage of. I just don't think that the Spurs wings are going to be able to slow down those two. Obviously, DeJounte Murray is a great defender in his own right, so I don't want to disrespect him, but he's coming off of an ACL injury, right? Like, this is his year where he's playing his way back into shape. Like a month or two ago, he was not looking good. Not to disparage DeJounte Murray, but also show him some respect that he is a great defender. But when you're coming off an ACL injury, you need like a year before you get right. I just think that the Spencer Dinwiddie, Karis LeVert, plus the Brooklyn's defense, that combination, because remember, the Spurs are one of the worst three-point shooting teams in the league, not in terms of makes, but not in terms of percentage, but in terms of makes and misses, right? They just don't take a lot of threes. They don't attempt a lot of threes, therefore they don't make a lot of them. And I think against this Brooklyn team that really can put the clamps down on defense, which is how they really win games. If you're just looking at their team, the way it's constructed, they rank like 23rd in offense, right? They win games on defense. I think they're going to be able to put the clamps down at the house in a bounce back spot against the Spurs team.
Yeah, it is a nice little bounce back spot. I mean, you can't trust the Spurs right now, man. What you think in this spot, Jordan?
Yeah, I don't have a play on this game, but I do want to touch on something you said, Jay, earlier and Junior was essentially talking about as well, the bounce back spot for this one, because this is usually a spot where I like to look at the Spurs early, first quarter, first half, but I couldn't even convince myself to do it here just because the Nets are going to come out extremely pissed off in this game with how they got blown out on the second half of that back-to-back after the LeVert 50-point game. So I would definitely not fault you for laying the points with Brooklyn here. It seems to be that's the way everybody's thinking, though, so I wouldn't be surprised to see it continue to move a little bit before tip-off.
Exactly. It's up to the Spurs, man. If them boys, if they just like, hey, we don't care about making playoffs, then they'll start playing there. But if they want to make a run, it's up to them, man. They should get Popovich back tonight, their coach. So we'll see, man. I don't know. Like you say, it's steam. I mean, obviously, if you like Brooklyn, if you could have got them at 2.5, up 3.5 now. We'll see if they bounce back, if they come out here early. We'll see, man. The OKC versus New York. This one's sitting at 7, pretty much stuck at 7, man, across the board. Honestly, I'm a bit surprised. I'm seeing 68% on OKC. This line froze. I mean, not one, but not even Bovada. So Bovada do have a 7 at -115. You know them boys, they gonna always. But I'm surprised they don't have a 7.5. But it's gonna go that way. But we know by this time in the day, if that 7 was there ever since yesterday and it hadn't ticked up, I don't know, man. I don't have. I'm not messing with the Thunder here, man. The last couple of times they was up at the first half. You know what I'm saying? Be up in the game, even if you up by 20, and then they'll let the other team go on a run. And I can see the Knicks doing that here once again. I say, the last couple of times, I say, you know what? Okay, see in this price range on the road, man, it just ain't right, bro. It ain't right. The Knicks, they can be feisty sometimes. So look, OKC, they 0-5 ATS the last 5 games. They are what 0-4 ATS to 0-4 last 4, following the ATS loss as well, man. The Knicks, I don't know, man. Sometimes they can be feisty even when they're not supposed to be. Thunder 5-1 ATS in last 6 meetings, but 3-7 ATS last 10 in New York. What you got here, Jordan?
This is one where I have a lean on the first half over, but I haven't taken it yet just because I'm really trying to figure out if we're going to get the Thunder defense from the last 5 games or if we're going to get the Thunder defense from earlier in the season when they played on the road when they were just shutting teams down. If it's the former of those teams, I love the over here because they haven't been playing a damn bit of defense in these last 5 games. If you look at dating back to that Chicago win on the road, they're giving up 62 points per first half in their last 5, and New York's obviously not been playing defense at all this season, and they're giving up close to that much in their last 5 too. So, I mean, if you're trending towards the most recent play of these two teams, where New York's been playing a little bit better offensively, and they're at home, I mean, I'm having trouble not taking the over here. The only thing I'm concerned about here is just if like I said, if OKC like actually cares about this game and comes in locked in and ready to play, and holds New York to 22 points in the first quarter. You know, that's the only thing I think is keeping me from the over here. So it's going to stay a lean for now. I'm going to kind of watch the line move and see where this one goes. I don't know what to be honest too. I'm leaning Knicks too, just because the Oklahoma City has not been looking that great. But I'd probably do it early. As opposed to the full game, maybe first quarter or something like that. But I call me crazy, but the Knicks have been actually looking pretty good over the last 2 or 3 games. So, assuming points and them playing well at home, I don't think is that far-fetched at this point.
Exactly. What you think? What you think in this spot, Junior? You riding with the home dog here, or you think OKC gonna come to play here? I know for a while there, they was the best road team. Last three games hadn't been the case, man. Like I say, last 5 they hadn't looked well, man. They hadn't looked well, bro, against sorry teams, in my opinion. You play Clippers and Bucks, can't fault you for that one. But the Pistons, when you bullshit around versus the Pistons like that, man, with all the people that they had, I mean, they ran me high. I wasn't the only one that liked the Pistons that day, man. That was they liked the OKC that day. That was the fucking play, man. And they still almost covered it on accident. Even, you know what I'm saying, after losing the lead in the fourth. That's how you know they should have smacked them, but it's all good. We just needed 2 more points there to cash that one, but we couldn't get them, man. I'm still pissed from that. What's up, Junior? My bad, man. A little rant there.
No, I'm off this game too. I was off that game. I love me some OKC. I've been cashing with them a lot this season, but there's just something that doesn't look right. Now, when you said the last 5 games, I'm not sure. Do you mean the last 5 games just period or the last 5 road games? Because in the last
period,
okay, because in the last 5 road, yeah. Whether you're talking their last 5 games or their last 5 road games, which obviously dates back to a much longer period because they haven't played that many road games lately. Their defense, both on the road and at the house, has just been terrible compared to their standard that they've shown for much of the season. And you can't lay 7.5 points with a team that's defense is trending down. And when I say trending down, defensively in their last 5 road games, I think they're like 24th in the league. So that's not going to get it done if you're OKC at all. Their offense is not that talented to the point that they could be in the bottom half of the league defensively and still get away with wins. Their success comes from balance. You know what I'm saying? They got a good mix of offense and defense, and that's what's led them to this surprising position they find themselves when preseason. Every single one of us, I'm just assuming for you guys and everybody watching the show, we assumed that they were going to be a lottery team. So they've overachieved the whole season. And if their defense is trending down, you can't lay 7.5 points with them on the road, in my opinion, no matter what their ATS record overall is. It's about what's happening now, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it's about what you've done for me lately, man. I'm sure. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about, man. But let's get to the next one, man. The Jazz versus the Celtics. The Celtics here is -2.5. I was expecting it to be a little bit more points, to be honest. I mean, the line is kind of low. Obviously, Gordon Hayward is out and Jaylen Brown is out. It's two starters are different. In my opinion, that's not, you know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people are overlooking it, man. And so they just went to Boston and smacked them up. Obviously, I mean, so you look at the Jazz, they kind of been playing a little bit better lately, man. They was against a little weaker teams, but still they didn't got their offensive mojo going. You don't want to see this. A little revenge spot. Boston just went and beat them at the house on the last game of the road trip, I might add as well. But they had everybody though. There was February 26th, so it's them near, you know what I'm saying, a week ago that they just a little over a week ago that they beat them in their house. I think the Jazz gonna remember that, man. Obviously, they ain't gonna win every game on this road trip, but if they win this one, they gonna beat Detroit tomorrow. Well, shit, they win tonight. It might rest a few guys, but I think they're gonna go all out tonight, man. With them, I think with them missing Hayward, I probably won't bet this game. I probably won't. But I lean the Jazz though. I will tell you that I lean the Jazz. Jordan, what you in this spot? You like the Celtics here, even though they're down a couple guys?
Absolutely not. No, I'm right there with you with the Jazz. I think this is kind of I would say this is kind of a test for the Utah Jazz. I mean, they've really looked bad the 2 months outside of the last 3 games. And granted, these have been against some really bad teams, and we've talked about that at least a couple times about how they're in this stretch right now. And like you said, they're kind of getting their offense back together. It's going to be the test tonight of whether or not they can sustain that on the road in TD Garden against a really good defensive team. Even though they're down 2 starters, they're still a pretty good defensive team. And if Utah can come in here and drop 115, 120 points on these guys and win the game, then we might be able to talk about Utah as a team that has some potential to make a playoff run, because we've seen it from time from them again this season that they have one of the better offenses when they're completely 100% on. The problem has just been finding that here lately and integrating Mike Conley. So, I mean, we'll see tonight. I'm probably not betting it, but I'm with you, man. I'll lean Jazz if I had to make a play on this game. Definitely not touching the Celtics, even though they're at home. I just think Jaylen Brown is way too important of a player to this team, and Gordon Hayward's obviously been having a resurgent year as well. Being down those two guys, you're talking about a front court of Grant Williams and Daniel Tice going up against Rudy Gobert and Bojan Bogdanovic or Royce O'Neal or whoever. Yeah. That's going to be trouble for Boston tonight. It's been trouble for them all year. Now it's going to be big trouble, I think, for them. And Rudy Gobert might just absolutely feast tonight.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Grant Williams and Tice gonna get cooked tonight, in my opinion, man. Tice may be able to hold his own a little bit, but Grant Williams versus Bogdanovic, he gonna we're gonna cook you up like some soup, boy. Hey, man, you know when kids sick, man, you gotta go get them. You gotta cook up some chicken noodle soup and stuff, man. That's what Bogdanovic's gonna do for tonight, Junior. What you think in this spot?
Yeah, just a lot of moving parts. I don't have a play on this game right now. I'd prefer to know who's playing before I could even invest money in it. I think that for the Celtics, though, we should never assume that their effort level is going to be anything other than 100%. Just the way that, they're one of those teams in the NBA that they have a culture. They've had the same coach for a long time. They always play hard. They always play defense. And this Utah team, I mean, are y'all convinced that this Utah team is right again? Because they beat the Knicks, the Cavs, and the Wizards. Because
I'm not betting against them here. I'm not betting against them without Hayward and Jaylen Brown here. That's the only thing I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. But this is a stay away from me. I don't trust the Utah enough, and I don't like what's going on with Boston. But Boston's got a really, really tough stretch coming up, man. They need some guys coming back. 7 of the next 11 games are on the road. They don't got too many home games between now and March 25th. They got 4 home games, so they cannot afford to throw away any game at home right now.
Yeah, and in my opinion, I think the Celtics rely on their 5 starters a lot. Because if you look at their bench, I know earlier in the year we're saying, their bench can hold their own. They hadn't looked so good here lately, and now you're pulling from your bench, and it's just gonna make them even weaker, in my opinion. So we'll see, man. Obviously, like Junior said, I mean, they got hitters over there. Marcus Smart, Kemba Walker. I mean, they could still decide, and they still got Tatum over there as well. They can still decide to go off. I'm just telling you guys which way I lean. Y'all know me, man. I don't really like to force plays. I mean, I'm taking it would be the the home team, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, they have the edge there. Tatum could go for 40 tonight, 50. But I mean, we'll see. I think it's a pretty even game. You're getting a couple of points there, 2.5. Let's get to the next one, man. Another spot where a team is getting 2.5. But it's the home dog here playing with revenge. And this is one that I told y'all at the beginning of the show, man. I wasn't forcing plays on most of the shit. I didn't really like today's card, man. The Magic and you look at it, Magic now they without Fournier. In my opinion, they one of them teams that you missing one of those guards. You already just had full, you know what I'm saying, Fournier. What you got Terrence Ross coming off the bench. You don't really. Well, you got Michael Carter Williams, but you don't have a whole lot of guards for that. You can't afford for Fournier to be down. I think he's gonna be out the next few weeks, the next couple games, if I'm not mistaken. Here, the Timberwolves been taking people money, man. People been thinking it's easy to gonna fade them, man. You know what? I said after, and I was hoping that Cat was gonna be. I told y'all after the break, man. I say the Timberwolves. They like they care again, man. And even me, I hadn't been on them in some of these spots, but they won these 11-point dogs in New Orleans, and then they beat the Bulls on the back-to-back. Coming back to that was a terrible spot. They smacked the Bulls up, man. Everybody faded them. I didn't see one person on the Timberwolves that day, man. I stayed off of it though. What you thinking in this spot, Junior? Do you got some on this one?
No, I was about to pull the trigger on the Wolves. It's the Wolves. I just hate it when I invest in these really terrible teams and then I lose my money. Like, you know what I'm saying? I went 0-1 yesterday, 2-2 the day before. I'm trying to win. I'm not trying to fish. So I just rather just stay away from this game. But it would be T-Wolves or nothing if you're asking me my opinion. I'm just trying not to force any plays though. So I just rather pass on this game.
I love that, Junior. Coming out. I'm not gonna even say anything else, Junior. I love that coming out of your mouth. You're not gonna force any plays. I'm not gonna fish. I don't want to put money on the bad team, Junior. You couldn't have said any better, bro. Jordan, do you have any?
Yeah, man, this is investing. This ain't fishing. That's what this game's all about. You got to find value where it's at. You're not trying to gamble. If you're trying to gamble, good luck trying to make money at this game. But no, I did have some of this game. I'm kind of mad because I was ready to pull the trigger on the first half over in this game because pretty much similar analysis to what the New York OKC was. If you look at the last 5 games, hell, the last 10 games for the Magic, they're playing way faster, cashing overs for me left and right. I think they have 10 in a row, 9 in a row now on the over. And then they lose Evan Fournier for 2 weeks, and he's basically 18, 20 points per game. And now I'm hesitant. Because I definitely don't trust the Wolves defense to stop Orlando at all. But now on the road against, like Jay said, they've been a pretty competent team, obviously. They've won 2 straight games, obviously, against a lot of fellow lottery teams. But, I mean, winning against New Orleans is not a small feat these days. So, I was all ready for the over here, but I think I'm going to pass at this point. I'm still leaning that way. I still think Ross and Wundu and those guys can kind of fill in for Fournier at least somewhat competently, but you're losing several points on offense for a team that really can't afford to lose that many more points on offense. So definitely don't hate the Wolves here. I was going to jump on the over. I'm just kind of mad about the whole thing in general now. I think I'm probably just going to stay away at this point, but that's where I'd lean if I did have a play on this one.
Got you. I want to get to this next game, man. The Heat versus Pelicans. The Heat versus Pelicans, like I say, I mean, the Heat already beat them this year, 109-94, smacked them up. You look at, it was a bunch of players in play. Obviously, Zion wasn't in that game. I didn't think they had Ingram. It was a bunch of players. I know Lonzo Ball was it was a much different Pelicans team, man. They done lost 3 straight games here. They coming off that OT loss in the Mavs, which they played my Mavs tough. I'll give them credit there. They played them tough. Took Medley, hit the 3, take them to overtime, and that was on the road. Now you at the house. You know what I'm saying? You didn't lost your past couple of home games. I think they're gonna come out here with fire in there. This is the game I did the write up on, my only official play of the day. I like I wouldn't argue out of Pelicans first quarter either. I like Pelicans in the first half though. It's just -1. I just need them to be up. You know what I'm saying? Really, I can understand money coming in on the Heat. This might even move back down to 1, and then you could just get the money line on the first half. I like the Pelicans to come out here high desperation mode. Pretty much, if they want to make any push at the playoffs, you only got 20 games left. You 5 games back at the AC. You see what I'm saying? You got to start putting some stuff together. They're their full squad. They don't have Redick out there, and they are missing them. But I think versus this Heat team, the way that they play on the road, they're 0-3 ATS last 3 on the road. They're 1-4 ATS against the spread last 5 on the road as a road underdog. That's the spot they're in tonight. Obviously, they come off a couple of huge games versus the Magic, in-state rival, versus the Bucks at the house, which is the first road game in 6 games, man. then they don't come out flat here. We seen the Heat be a total different team, man. It was like a girl that was, you know what I'm saying, at night she had on makeup. You saw her after the club, she looked good, you know what I'm saying. But then when they got on the road, in the morning she woke up, I like, wake up, now who was you? Who was that? He looked totally different on the road, man. I know y'all like that analogy too, man. What's up, Junior? What you think here? The Heat don't look right here lately, especially on the road.
Yeah, the Heat at home is when you had a few too many, and she's looking fine, and then when you wake up in the morning and you sober up, that's them on the road. When you make just not looking good. Listen, the Heat are 3-10. 3-7 in their last 10 on the road straight up. They're 7-13 in their last 20. They're the third worst road ATS team in the NBA. Only Atlanta and the Sixers are worse. I could just keep going. It's not the same team away from American Airlines Arena. And no matter what, that's a really, really cheap price for this Pelicans team. I mean, damn, in the last 2 weeks, you've had to lay double digits with the Pelicans. Even away from home, I know it was against Golden State, but you're telling me that -1.5 is not good value on the Pelicans? I know they've lost 3 in a row, but, a couple of those games are some really tough games. They kind of threw away that game against Minnesota. I think this is a little bit of an overreaction in a good way if you like the Pelicans, which I do. I still believe in them. And, first of all, I know Miami's a great defensive team. I know Bam is a great defensive player. And I guess he's probably going to be the one that's going to have to slow down Zion. But I think I like Zion and Ingram at home in this matchup to go off. And the Pelicans have good energy at home. Miami's terrible overall on the road. And however you want to break it down, the last week, 2 weeks, month, year, they're just not good away from home. So I think it's a very cheap price for this Pelicans team that J Money accurately described as desperate. They don't got a lot of games left, man. They got some catching up to do. They can't be going on extended losing streaks. If they lose 4 in a row here, they're going to pretty much start to kiss their playoff hopes goodbye.
Exactly, and I don't think the NBA wants that. I think they want Zion, at the very least, for it to come down to the last, game of the regular season, for it to be some hype. But I think they might help them get in there. It's all about that money, man. That's what it's all about, man. Make the world go round. It ain't just, that's what everybody about, man. So hey, you got to pay your bills, right? But NBA, they want that cheddar, and they're gonna get more viewers with the Pelicanos. Jordan, what you got on this one, my brother?
Yeah, you guys are sitting here talking me into the Pelicans as we speak, just simply because, if you look at the Heat, like you guys very eloquently put, they have just been absolute garbage on the road, and I think they're 1-6 in their last 7 road games, dating back about a month now. It's just you can't trust them, and the Pelicans, as you said, are really good early in games in the first quarters, especially too. So the trifecta may be in order tonight. I don't know if I really want to fade the Heat that hard. But the Pelicans have been one of the better first quarter offenses since they got Zion back, especially at home. They tend to jump on teams, and they're going to force Miami to play a style of basketball that they're not comfortable with tonight. We've already seen their defense falls off a lot on the road. So I'm kind of talking myself into the over as well in this one here. But a lot of leans today, but nothing I've officially locked in. But definitely might tail you guys on the Pelicans though. It seems a little too good to be true. I'll give you that. So it's not, I don't think, a smash spot at all. But I do think, like Jay said, now's the time for the Pelicans, and they got to turn it on and show they got to beat teams like this who are much different on the road than they are at home. So I do definitely lean the Pelicans here.
Yeah, the only reason why I don't think it's too good to be true. Only reason why the line is right where it should be, and I wouldn't be surprised to see it go down to 1 because money will come on Heat. They just beat the Bucks, and you know what I'm saying. They just beat the Bucks at the house. That's what everybody remember. They don't remember the Heat on the road. They only played 3 road games in the last 10. You see what I'm saying? So if I'm not mistaken, but regardless, in they just came off a 5-game home trip, and then now they're going on the road. People forgot that they just remembered they didn't beat the Bucks. That's the only thing they remember. That's why the line where it is. I don't think it's a. I ain't gonna say the must win. I ain't gonna say, but they're desperate, man. I put it that way. That's why I say in the write up, if y'all read it, even if they don't have enough to get it done the full game, they're gonna come out in the early quarters. If y'all wrote the write up, man, but Grizzlies. We don't have time to talk about the Grizzlies versus Mavs, but and it's a lot of moving parts there. Tim Hardaway Jr. questionable, Luka Doncic's questionable. You know what I'm saying? All that. And it's a revenge spot for the Grizzlies. I was on the Grizzlies last game, plus the 7, plus the 6.5, something like that, versus the Mavs when they sat a bunch of people and they won by 14. So this is a little revenge spot for the Mavs. I don't think everybody gonna sit out. We'll see here, but I probably won't bet it, man. I'm not taking the Grizzlies again though in this spot. They have been super hot though. But we got to talk about this Bucks versus Lakers game, man. This is really, Mark. We can't just go past that one. You know what I'm saying? We got the Lakers versus the Bucks here. The Lakers lost earlier in the year in Milwaukee. That it's a tough game, man. Obviously, the Lakers watching what the Clippers just did over there, Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Them they like shit, man. We got to take care. We got to send a message here versus the Bucks. Obviously, and they got the Clippers next. Are they looking ahead, Jordan, or what? Is this the game they want to send a message in, or is it the next one, or do they want to win both of them, or what? Jordan, what you got on this one?
It's tough to judge how the Lakers are going to come out here. You got to think that they're going to be motivated though. They got all their guys back. They're healthy. It's a stretch run of the season. Everybody's trying to kind of gear up for that playoff push. But that being said, man, I can't really bet this game when you got two great teams kind of facing off against each other in a playoff kind of preview style, maybe an NBA Finals preview style of matchup here. It's just the short spread, kind of a coin flip here. I might just kind of enjoy it and fall asleep watching this game tonight. Hopefully it's a good one, so I don't fall asleep. But these late games, man, hard to stay up on East Coast time zone here with these. But I don't know. I don't have a play on this game now. I'm sorry.
Got you. What you think, Junior? Damn, Jordan, you gotta make at least one play official, bro. We gotta get some money today, bro. But nah, you don't have to.
Go ahead. I'll let Junior start. I'll let Junior go.
No, I'm just messing with you, bro. You ain't gotta force no play, man. But Junior, what you got? Bucks versus Lakers. You think the Bucks? You think they're gonna smack them up here? They just took a loss not too long ago on the road versus Miami. The whole thing is, can the Lakers stop Giannis? That's pretty much the whole thing. I think the rest of the crew is pretty much, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say a wash, but obviously each team have a lot of role players. And I know a lot of people going bet on this game, man. What you think, Junior?
Honestly, Jordan just said something that it's just my whole thinking process on this game. I can't really bet this game just because of the fact that I basically see it as a 50-50 contest. Like, if whichever team wins, the only way that you would be surprised by the result of this game is if it was a blowout. Like, if either one of these teams blows the other one out, I would be shocked. I think this is going to be a pretty close game, probably come down to the last minute, last 3 or 4 possessions. I just don't want to invest in that game. And I think that total is super sharp. 228 seems just about right. I'm definitely not going to get involved in that either. Jordan also just reminded me of something. That's one thing I miss about living in Costa Rica, that, you know, them East Coast games start at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It's, you know what I mean? You're getting to go to bed before midnight. And out here in the East Coast, these games these West Coast games are ending at like sometimes after 1 o'clock in the morning if they go into overtime or if it's a close game. That's crazy. But yeah, no, I don't have a look on this game, Jay. What about yourself?
I don't have one either, man. I mean, I have a look, I have a lean, but I'm not forcing to play. You talk about a 250. I remember this morning I saw Bucks -1. I saw the Bucks the favorite, and then look back, now the Lakers favorite again, 1.5. I'll tell you one thing: the Lakers, yeah, they probably want to. I just don't like the feeling of it, man. When I don't put my money on this. They're freaking simple. But the Lakers, this is the way I'm looking at it. The Lakers, obviously, you saw the Clippers take care of the Rockets. Obviously, they have revenge here versus the Bucks. One of the probably the best, obviously the best team, with the best record in the league. But not only that, obviously this could be a potential finals match or anything. It's one of the best teams in the league, best Eastern Conference team in the league. The Lakers gonna come to play. They do have the Clippers on deck, so do they want to send a mess there? They lost to the Clippers 3 times already this year. They really want that one more than they want this game versus the Bucks. The Bucks want this game. They obviously are always going to take these straight. They just lost the last game on the road to the Heat, so they're like, oh, we don't want to lose again. They quit. They don't want to take those losses in close proximity. You dig what I'm saying? I mean, it was true 50-50, man. I know I probably said the Clippers yesterday was a 50-50, but I still told y'all I was on the Clippers, though, but just not large. This one, I'm not for. I lean the Lakers, but like the home team here, but I'm probably won't make a bid on it, man. Like I say, I'm not forcing a bunch today. I really don't like today's card. I could always look. I looked at everything twice. You see what I'm saying? Well, I'll tell you guys what I came up with. I was leaning towards the Jazz. I'm leaning towards the Blazers. I'm leaning towards the Pelicans full game. I like the Pelicans first quarter and full game, and I was leaning towards the Lakers, man. That's about it. So, Junior, you want to recap them with your plays, my guy? And so, my one official play today: Pelicans first half. I'll post the right up right after the show. Pelicans -1 in the first half. Junior, what you got, brother? You got an official play, or you can just tell them some leans if you want, my brother, and then Jordan.
Yeah, I got two official plays. I got Tony Montana's team, Los Pelicanos, -1.5, and I got
Fly,
the
Pelican, fly.
Nets. Exactly, and I got the Nets at home in a bounce back spot, -3.5.
I might have to go watch that clip just because of that one. Hey, Pelican, fly. I don't need nobody. That's who me. That's who.
You already know.
A+ reference.
What you say, Jordan?
I said A+ reference from Junior there. I got Portland tonight. Excuse me. That's my one official one. I wrote it up for the website. You go kind of look at my reasoning here. But basically, I grabbed this early and often today. 1.5, 2.5. It's all the way up to 3.5. I think I still like it there because I'm seeing it touch 4 other places. So that's my lone official one for the play. I think Portland with Dame back, their bench is filled out a little bit. Phoenix is missing 2 starters plus their lottery pick, Cam Johnson. It's not going to get pretty tonight. They've kind of quit if you look at their last 4 games at home. So I like Portland tonight. I think they're only 3.5 games out of the playoffs. I really like them tonight. Leans tonight, like Orlando, Minnesota over first half. We'll see if I get there. OKC, New York first half over as well. And Pelicans.
Gotcha.
I think I'm gonna let's make it a trifecta on Los Pelicandos.
I like it, Jordan.
You know what? I mean, with some of these books here, when I bet the quarters, I had to bet online. My local books, they only give full game. I'm gonna be on them. I'm gonna be on the Pelicans.
I might
fly, Pelican, fly. Fly, Pelican, fly, Pelican. We're gonna try to get some money, man. They got you. I would tell you, if you watching, Bookie might have found out that I got my own show, man. If you're watching, motherfucker, I'm getting my shit back. You better. I still got plenty in my pocket, but even that yesterday, trust me, man, y'all not more pissed than me about that game. But I threw up all those spicy nuggets, man. Fuck this shit. But we're gonna get some cheddar back today. Leche. Hey, those bookmakers.